Access granted.
Hello everyone, it is me Sunshine and welcome! Today we are talking about the really sweet, hilarious game called Box Night. Now I discovered Box Night at PAX Australia 2022. I spoke to Tom and Jerry at the box Jeremy, oh man!
A few moments later.
I had a chat to Tom and Jeremy from the Box Night team and I had a little play of the game. I was pretty terrible, but let's have a look at what they said. So Box Nights is this super cute game. It's literally this little office guy fighting these evil demon things in his office. And it just makes me really happy. It makes me really, really happy. I talked to, hang on, just let me find the guy's name. So I did all my my reconnaissance yesterday, and I bothered them until they told me who they were and what they were doing. So that's the guy there that we're going to talk to. But until then, maybe we should just watch some game happening. Some box nights. So there's this training area. If we have a look, there's a training area here where you go and train as a box night. It's actually a lot more complicated than I thought it was going to be. Like the controls, it's quite involved. Like there's different combo moves and stuff that you can do. It's really cool though. So this guy's about to. I played this yesterday. I was really bad at it, but it was really fun. Hello, how are you? Do you have a sec? Yeah?
Going well?
Good. This is Tom.
Yes.
Tom! Hey Tom, how are you going?
Not too bad, not too bad, pretty good.
Now, Tom is one of the creators, yeah?
One of the co-creators of Box Night, yeah.
Okay, so what did you do?
Both Jeremy and I officially have sort of creative director roles, but
Okay.
I come from a writing and producing background, so narrative, game design, and I guess putting all the pieces together. Whereas Jez is very much art.
Okay, so he did the art
all the
stuff?
art animation is
that
Jeremy.
the guy I spoke to yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jeremy's right here.
Oh,
So,
Jeremy, come over here, man. Sorry, I know the microphone's really weird.
Oh, good.
I feel like a TV presenter. It's just the only way that we could get the audio to work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You're the art guy.
I am the art guy.
Hi,
yeah.
art guy. Do you want to tell us about the art of Box Night?
Yeah, sure. I mean, like the whole idea originally started as we wanted to make an animation that we could sort of produce on our own.
Oh, cool.
And then it slowly kind of found its way up to being this sort of like brawler. But originally we sort of like came up with the idea, went home for the weekend, drew a whole bunch of sort of like
Oh my
characters,
God.
and we're like, well, this is kind of fun. We can do
That's so
something with
cool.
that.
I do like the art style, actually.
Oh, thank you.
It's really cool. I'm a kids book illustrator
Yeah.
that does retro games as well
That's-
on the side.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
And so yours kind of stood out because I'm like, it's adorable.
Our whole is like really, really early on, I was like, look, if we're going to have one rule for this game to capture the vibe of it,
Yeah.
we're like, nothing is allowed to be cool. So no spikes, no muscles, no
I love
claws.
that.
Like nothing can be inherently dangerous. So
Yeah.
every single monster and creature droops, sags. It's sort
I
of
love
like
that. It's kind of like creatures made out of snot.
yeah,
It's
absolutely.
a good way to
like
describe them. Actually, this guy's going much better than I did yesterday. I tried to play it yesterday and I died on the first level.
it's surprisingly brutal. It takes once you get the flow, it sort of feels a lot better, but
Yeah.
it can be a bit alarming for folk.
It's cool though. It is really cool.
But like all of your weapons are made like poster tubes with like rulers taped to them. You know, your armor
Yeah,
is.
what?
So you're like all of your swords
rulers.
and yeah.
I didn't even get to the swords and stuff.
No, all good. And like your armor is made out of some real C-tier Halloween kind of like cobbled together with like tape and cardboard and things. So.
I like that though because I feel like people in an office could dream about this. This is partially why I was initially attracted to this game because like I worked in retail for a really long time. I know it's not like the traditional office, but it has that same vibe of wanting to kill people.
You're going to find those archetypes everywhere, absolutely. Like the ranged attack creatures, like they're your co-workers that bring their shit from home and make it your problem. You know?
Is that where you guys came up with the idea?
It's a really hard one to describe. Like it sort of formed from a whole bunch of discussions. We just wanted to one of our favorite things to do is to blend the fantastical with the mundane.
Yeah.
It's like a series that we made called Lucy and Dick. It was all about a whole world that everyone has a robot, almost like an iPhone. But what happens if they all kind of suck and they're actually all not that helpful and not actually super intelligent? And so kind of a celebration of mediocrity and mundanity and just normality as well.
I like that though, because it's kind of magical and fantasy-esque, but you're injecting that little bit of normal life that people can
grounding it
relate
in reality
to.
was really important, and finding that mix between fantasy and The Office was really when the idea clicked.
It's like, how do we set a Lord of the Rings quest inside an office tower? And if you actually look at the guts of it, the stakes are insanely low, but we give it all the dramatic dressing of something that's much more epic than it should be.
Love that. And I've noticed as well, there was like a nice monologue and a nice story before you I love stories, kids book illustrated stories are my thing. So the story element, I couldn't hear much of what they were saying.
We need to put some subtitles on there. We really
subtitles are important.
Subtitles would be great, but I mean, in an atmosphere like that, it's really
right?
I appreciate that you guys have kind of added that story element
cool.
into the game, because I can't stand games where I'm just killing people for the sake of killing people. I'm like, why am I doing this? I'm gonna go have a bath and a cup of tea. Like, there is no point to this. So I appreciate that.
Well,
thank you.
We want to have quite a sort of a linear story that sort of unfolds as you sort of like get deeper and deeper into the tower and learn all the mysteries and the weird things that are happening in this office.
Yes, I think that's the thing, is the mystery behind it as well. It's like, I want to play it because I want to find out what actually happened.
Well, you've got the janitor who's sort of like your Gandalf Dumbledore, and his whole shtick is that the janitor sees all, not because he's omnipotent, he just cleans all the rooms.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
So he knows everything that's sort of going on.
I am the wise one. That's awesome.
And so it's like, I suppose, playing with those fun archetypes, that intro that you're talking about, it's like a cross blend between, Galadriel's intro to Lord of the Rings and mixed in with like Obi-Wan talking about, the fall of the Old Republic. And so we're taking all these like really, quite epic concepts and then just sticking it onto this space that should not have that in there.
Yeah, I like that though. And I think you're going to get the audience that is so familiar with those archetypes as well. And they'll be excited by that because they're like, 100%. Oh my god.
It's interesting explaining.
It's familiar, but it's nice.
It's interesting explaining the creatures to people where they'll be like, oh, we've got one of those at our office.
We've got a Karen.
We've got a Karen. Like the overseer doesn't do any work for themselves and summon enemies to do it for them, and they'll be like, we don't worry, we got one of those.
That's nice though. It's like relatable. Yeah. Is this available now?
No, right now there's a demo on Steam Next Fest.
Okay, guys, there's a demo on Steam. Go download the demo. There's like probably 3 people hanging out with us right now, but everyone can go get a demo.
And signing people up to the closed beta for early next year too. So,
okay, cool.
And I think we'll keep the Next Fest demo up for a couple of extra weeks, just so people continue to find it, particularly after this.
Yeah.
And then, I think the plan is to keep also trucking on towards next year and finishing it up.
Okay.
We've sort of hit a point now where the game and all the underlying mechanics are sort of stable, and now it's becoming a lot more measurable. There used to be a lot of question marks: is this going to work? Is that going to be okay? But now we're like, it's this many enemies, this many boss fights, this many floors.
And it's just filling out the content now, which is the fun part.
Kind of that home run.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Well, it started as a joke back in 2019, and that joke is definitely it's gone a bit further than we probably thought it would. But no, we're really excited. And to see it here in the hands of sort of end users as well is wicked.
Yeah,
So, really
I can't wait till it goes live.
It's been
playing it.
It's been really exciting to bring it public and get it in front of people. It's our first time having it in this kind of environment, and it's great to see people laughing with it and playing and having a great time. But then also, you put it in the hands of a 5-year-old and they will find so many things that you have never done before.
Oh, that's awesome.
So sitting back here, I was like, I had no idea you could jump up on that window and get out of the
there we go.
Or like, how did they find that thing?
Like little Easter eggs.
It's the kids. The kids get into the nooks and crannies that you would never think to go.
Bugs as features is something we're now finding out. So
Bugs and features, okay. I've spoken to a few people here that have said that the bugs are a real a real thing. Okay. Give me your best spiel for the game. If you were to sell it to my 3 wonderful humans watching this right now, How would you say?
You've got this one
I
down.
do. Do you want to reset that demo
I
because of a bug we found where our menu doesn't work?
Well, it's good. At least you found it out here. That's fine.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
It's a little. You just have to wiggle the mouse and then it works again.
Just wiggle the mouse.
So Box Night takes place in a corporate tower where everyone's workplace misery and toxicity has become so intense that it's become overrun with horrible monsters. And so you, as the Box Knight, the self-appointed head of good workplace culture, quest every Friday at 5 p.m. to bring joy back to the office by slaying these fantastical abstractions of your most terrible co-workers in an effort to defeat the CEO who brought the curse down on everyone when they banned Friday night beers.
That's why there's beer.
That's why there's beer. You're sort of
There's
bringing...
beer in here that you drink and it like builds up your health again.
What we're going to do, and it's a really good point that someone raised, is we're going to, with your character selection, allow people to actually pick what they want to drink as well. Like,
okay.
we picked beers originally because that's what
funny.
the company culture that it evolved around. But, people are like, what about kombucha? What about wine? What if, people could just have a tonic or something like that? And, I think
That
people's...
would be a fun thing to choose as
Well,
well.
I think
like,
it's,
a bit more interactive.
People's relationship with, things like alcohol is actually kind of complex. And we came into it with this sort of like bawdy sort of party kind of mindset, but also just giving the people the option to interface with the content and not be uncomfortable if there's something they don't like. So
it's nice that you're taking that on though.
yeah. And I think, starting to think about that stuff, it's been really good. But Box Night's available on Steam for Next Fest. It's going to be live for a few more weeks.
Amazing.
Still a good time.
Amazing. So go do the demo.
There's a camera there.
No, that's good. That's the whole point. That's what we should be doing.
Good.
It's really lovely. Thank you so much for talking to
thank
me.
you for coming by.
It's
I really
been
appreciate it.
awesome. I hopefully will play Box Nights. I don't want to wait till next year. That's so long away. Guys, get on it.
Pop your name down there in the thing and we can send you a beta version.
Okay.
And,
I'll come back and do that after
wonderful.
the stream,
Yeah,
but I will do that.
I really appreciate you coming by.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. All right, bye. Oh my gosh, that was so good. Oh my goodness, look at these guys with the TVs on their heads. They were great. They're just so excited, and I think this is why I really enjoyed chatting to these creators, is because they are just so jazzed about their stuff, and their stuff is, more of that sort of story-based stuff than anything else, and I love, you guys know how much I love that. And that was Box Night. So I love this game a lot. It is very cute. It's very relatable. I used to work in retail. I've seen these people in my floor, I guess, in retail, not office, but it's really cool. I really enjoyed it. I'm terrible at it, but I really enjoyed it. Anyway, if you guys want to know more about Box Night, please hang out and have a look at the links below. Otherwise, if you want to see any more of the chats or little interviewee things that we did at PAX Australia 2022, head back to YouTube and have a squiz. That is it for today. Thank you for hanging out. I will talk to you soon. Bye.